الله بخير. سلام بخير. والمداشر.
والله أقول بس كيف يصير جهود فلان الدعوية.
Please shut the voice, brothers.
Ini punya saya two bookstores from Japan, and we also have popular bookstore, Mona Lisa bookstore, Book Access, MPH, Lit Books, Young Bookstore, and SMO, Syarikat Muda Osman Bookstores in Kelantan. So you can Google the name of this bookstore for you to get contact with them. Okay. Now I wanted to share with you the statistic on publishing registered under library depository. I'm sharing you for many years. This is according to subject. I'm going to share with you the slide. So this from number of books published and registered with the National Library from 1975 to 1966. So you could see the growth. And I'm sharing you another figure from the year 2017 until last year, last 2 years, 2020. So you could see the figure is not good and not so steady. Yeah. In the year 2017, we published 23,200. In the year 2018 to 23,192, then up to 24,000, go down to 20,000 and 25,000, and come down back to 22,000. Okay, if you look at the number of new publishers, you could see the graph. These are new publishers listed under national libraries. You could see during the COVID, the number go up because during the COVID, more publishers and more writers come up with their new title. But after COVID, the graph go down back to the normal situation. So the trends, majority of book published for the categories among the important or major subject are language, literature, religion, and this is graph to show you where is Malaysia compared to other countries. So we have regular activities in Kuala Lumpur. We have annually Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair, and during the book fair, we have Kuala Lumpur Trade Copyright Center organized by Kota Buku. Okay, so please, the second one is just like Istanbul Fellowship. I think I'm going to check this one. This is information about digital publication. Digital publication is still going steadily, going up steadily, and number of books published in the form of digital are increasing, but people are still publishing and buying printed books. So how to enter Malaysian market? There are many ways to enter Malaysian publishing market. Number one is by meeting Malaysian publishers at international event. Most of our publishers attended major book fairs like Frankfurt Book Fair, London Book Fair. So you could meet them at those major book fairs, or you can come over to Kuala Lumpur and meet them during the Kuala Lumpur Trade and Copyright Fair, which we have it every year. And for this year, the Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair will be on 24th to May until 2nd June. I already shared the information and the application form in our WhatsApp group. I hope our members who really have interest to come over to Kuala Lumpur have filled up the form and send it to the organizer. these are other other ways of contacting our publishing house by using local agents such as publishers, representative, etc. Just now, I've already mentioned about Dewan Bahasa Pustaka during the early stage of Dewan Bahasa Pustaka when they established in 1956. In this slide, I'm showing you that Dewan Bahasa Pustaka, they publish a lot of titles. This is the biggest publishing house in the country, okay, owned by the government. And you could see, go to my slide on the area of subject in Islamic studies, including Quran, Hadith, Creed, Sufism, preaching, Islamic history, civilization, Islamic law, Sharia policy, fiqh, usuluddin, Islamic thought, etc. Between the year 2000 and October 2016, this publisher have published so many titles, 300 over titles. So it become a big portion of the whole title that published by this organization. So these are among the Islamic title published by Dewan Bahasa Pustaka. You can go through Tafsir on Nation, Muslim Scholars Biography Series, Arab Malaysia Dictionary, the Glorious Prophet Series, Al-Ahkam 7 volume, Al-Shariah 5 volume, and Encyclopedia Safir 12 volume, Al-Quran Karim translation 5 volume, Fiqh and Islamic Law, Al-Bidayah, Muhammad Encyclopedia, Encyclopedia Economy, Encyclopedia Islam, etc. Okay, by going through the title, you could see the seriousness of Dewan Bahasa Pustaka in publishing Islamic title. So I'm sharing with you some of the active publishing house. This is Telaga Biru, among the active publishing house in Malaysia. I'm sharing with you their link for you to contact them. This is Jakim. Jakim is a development of Islamic development in Malaysia, Department of Islamic Development in Malaysia. This is a government department publishing books on Islamic title. And we have IKIM, Institute of Fahaman Islam Malaysia, another institute, Malaysian Institute of Islamic Understanding, established in 1992, another active Islamic publishing house owned by the government. You can try to contact them to develop.
Dr. Hashim,
Yes.
may I ask, IKIM or ISTAC, which one is publishing more?
I think they are publishing different kind of books. Okay, ISTAC actually publishing scholarly book. Okay, IKIM is their focus are more towards the layman and the public at large.
Popular.
So different focus.
Okay.
But they also have a certain scholarly title. And we have IADIM, another government department, government-based publishing house. You can click the link for you to look at their title, they publish, and their activities. And this is another, I consider as the biggest private publishing house in Malaysia, PTS Holding. They have a publishing house, they have publication, they have distributors, they have book cafes, very famous and very big. If you come to KL Book Fair, this PTS is among the publishing house that have very big booth. Then Gallery Ilmu, another Islamic publishing house, Iman Publication, and contact them. I'm sharing with you some of their titles on Islamic title. IBDE, another publishing house, but focusing on translation. They have so many good translation titles, books, bestsellers, and very good quality. I hope some of you could contact them to work on translation project. Then this is another government department in Kelantan, the state in Malaysia, but their focus is only on Kelantan history, Kelantan culture, Islamic issues but focus on the Kelantan state. And this is the bigger, more publishers and booksellers list for you to active. I consider them as very active. Most of them will attend or will take up in the next International Book Fair. So you can just Google their name so that you can get information and contact them. I'm just sharing some of our well-known scholars. This is Syed Nakib Alatas, Dr. Daud Bakar, Osman Bakar, Kamal Hassan. So in Malaysia we have quite a number of well-known Islamic scholars that have very impressive works. So as a conclusion, Islamic is the literary escape. When Malaysia Islamic publishing covers a wide range of topics, including religious texts, Islamic law, spirituality, and more. Religious focus, many publishers in Malaysia translation for producing book related to Islam, but often on religious teaching, interpretation of Quran, and Islamic principles. Then, if you look at the title published by Malaysian publishers, you could see the diversity of the content, and also local and international authors come together to publish book here in Malaysia. Malaysian government also support the publishers. They have strong support to the publishers, and publishers like Dewan Bahasa Pustaka also supporting the Malaysian government policy. From time to time, Malaysian government they have a certain policy that related to Islam. So during this kind of publishing house, they have special project to support the government policy. And also we have book fairs and event from time to time. Please keep in touch with us so that you could get information on activities on publishing that happen in our country. I always share with you the activities in the WhatsApp group. I hope more members will respond and will keep in touch with the organizer of the events for you to come over to join the activities. I think that's all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hashim. And can you take your presentation from the screen? And now I will open the floor for the questions and for some contributions from the participants. If there is somebody who would like to ask some questions, we are ready. Before start, maybe they can think I can be the first. I would like to ask you about the children book publications in Malaysia. How is going on this? And the second question is about the new share of digital publication compared to conventional one. What can you say about these 2 points?
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Mahmoud. yes, I could say that children books are among the biggest market in our country. Okay. Most of publishing house, they focus on publishing books for the children. Okay, that is common. Other than books on religion, on Islamic studies, because Islamic titles are always considered as evergreen. But and children books also considered as evergreen because they can always reprint the book title. On the digital, I could say most of the publishing house, they are moving towards towards publishing the digital publishing, but the market is not yet there. From what I understand, the selling of the books is not yet aggressive. Although they already publish big number of books, but from what I know, but from especially among the industry press, the demand is not yet there.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hashim. Is there anybody would like to ask any question to Dr. Hashim?
I have a question.
Go ahead, please.
Uh,
Tuncay Başoğlu.
Mr. Hashim, is there any connection between the publishing houses in Malaysia and Indonesia? For example, between Malaysia and Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah. For example, are there publishing houses that work in both countries?
If you remember that the earliest publishing house, Pustaka Antara, is among the pioneer in working together with Indonesian contact. Okay? Aziz Ahmad and the Pustaka Antara, they publish or republish or reprint the Indonesian title here, and they work together. Okay, and we always working together with our counterpart in Indonesia, and I think in 2016. Malaysia was the guest country for Indonesian International Book Fair. So we are quite close. You could ask some of our friends from Indonesia here. Yes, because we are very close. We are using about the same language. We can read their books. So that's why we have good relationship with our fellow.
Do the publishing houses sell the Indonesian books in Malaysia, or vice versa?
Yes, they have
without the need to translate.
I think they adapted. They need to do the adaptation or translation because the Indonesian language and Malay language have some differences.
Okay.
So they need to adjust the language, just like British and American, something like that.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any other question?
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah,
yes, Jamil. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the presentation. It was very comprehensive and I learnt a lot from it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a publisher in the UK and I have recently started to print one or two of my books in Malaysia through short-run digital printers. But I'm having difficulty finding a national distributor. I will contact some of the people that you mentioned, but what is the distribution network like in Malaysia, and especially the postal service? Is it a reliable service for people to order books online and for the distributors to be able to supply books around the country apart from Kuala Lumpur? So I just wanted to ask about the distribution for international publishers.
Thank you. Like what I mentioned just now, I have listed some of the bookshop of here in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia. You need to deal direct with the bookstore, and whether it is easy or not easy will depend on title by title, case by case. Okay. the publishers, the booksellers know whether they can sell the book well here or not. So you need to follow and follow the trend of the demand of Malaysian readers here. Yeah, I hope you could contact me personally so that I could give you more information on dealing with booksellers or bookshop here.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hashim. Any other question?
Hello. Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum salam.
This is Dr. Said Shahid Ahmad from Bangladesh.
Benim bir sorum olacak izninizle.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hashim. Any other question?
Yes.
Ben bir soru sormak isterim uygunsa.
Firstly, thanks Dr. Ruspa Hashim for nice presentation.
Hello.
And my question,
Alaykum salam.
this is my question. That the first, number one publication, it's need worldwide a guideline. How we will get the guideline to establish number one or worldwide publication. How we will get this one?
Guideline on what?
The guideline for the high-profile publication. Do you have any guideline?
Okay. It will be based on what type of publication you like to see. You want to, among the children publishers, among the general title publishers, or among the scholarly publishing house?
Yes. Thank you.
It will be different.
Thank you.
It depends for all publishers. There must be some guidelines, some format, right? It depends on the publication house, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can enter their website. Most of the publishing house have a space where you could click and get their guideline on sending manuscript or whatever line you like to see.
Okay, Taifur Bey, go ahead.
Okay.
Taifur
Thank
Bey.
you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Taifur Bey, go ahead.
Whatever line you like to see.
Benim
Okay,
bir sorum
Taifur
olacak.
Bey, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Benim şöyle bir sorum olacaktı. Türkiye'deki yayıncılarla,
Yes, Taifur Bey, go ahead.
evet, Türkiye'deki yayıncılarla Malezya'daki yayıncıların işbirliği ne durumdadır?
Dr. Hashim, did you understand the question? Do you have translation or?
No, I didn't know.
So let me translate. The question is, how is the connection between Turkish publication houses and Malaysians?
Between
Dr. Hashim, did you understand the question? Do you have translation?
sound. No, I didn't know.
So let me translate. The question is, how
Between
Okay.
the Turkish and Malaysia, I think. So there are some publishing house in Malaysia, publishers that already attended Istanbul Fellowship. I think Dr. Muhammad, no. Even I also have attended the fellowship. Usim Press also have attended, and some of us we have already started working closely with our counterpart in Turkey and Istanbul. So I myself in IUM Press also we have started, but I noticed that some of the publishing house, they are not really aggressive on working with on the agreement, etc. We took so much time to finish to settle the agreement before we could publish the book. But I'm sure there are other publishing houses that can easily process our books or our requirement to get it published straight away, because we know there are there are books, there are good books from Turkey. There are also special grant for translation, etc. So most of the activities are concentrating on the publishing of translation strictly, because we know from there are good books from Turkey. There are also special grant for translation, etc. So most of
Tayfur Bey, sesi kapatalım. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hashim. Any other question?
I read the message. Some of you would like to ask, get the notes. I will share the PowerPoint with the organizer.
Oh, very good, very good.
Or
It is good.
I will share in the WhatsApp group. Easier for them to get the copy.
Okay. If there is no question, I would like to add one more. Last year, I met with a president in an Islamic country, and we discussed the situation of the Islamic world and Islamic Ummah. And we come to the point that, we are now under the strong effect of secularism, materialism, social media, and all our children are under strong effect. If we have a mobile phone in the hand of our children, we can close the door, but we cannot protect him or her from this, mobile phone or instrument. So that means today we face with a very big challenge and under very strong effect of all kind of information and picture, videos, what is it? And we come to conclusion that there is just one way to teach from childhood to youth the right, way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was, our point, and I think within this way, we as publishers in all of the world, we have to think about this new instrument, new methodology to teach our, generation to protect themselves by themselves rather than, by our hands or by our authority. What can you say about this issue, Dr. Hashim?
Thank you for the question. I think we are now together. We're coming together, and our organization is already listed and officially established by in Istanbul. So I think we should working together, especially in combating the Islamophobia issue, combating the Western values that come straight away to our children or in our family. So we must always meet and have forum and discussion and brainstorm among us on how we could work together by using publishing, either printed or digital printing or virtual or electronic, whatever, to face the latest challenges that we are facing with nowadays. We must working together and brainstorm and come up with ideas on producing products or apps or whatever. Let us to be current and latest in the scenario that we are facing now. We must really combat the challenges that come from our enemy. It is our we must look at the effort that we could work together in facing this issue. My suggestion is IUIBP to be more active after we already established the association. We must always meet together, either in Istanbul, Mecca, and in Kuala Lumpur, in Pakistan, whatever. We need to work, come up with something current, latest, and popular among the children or our youngsters. That's all I think.
Okay, thank you. And now there are Hashim Maududi and Fadl Al-Karim. First, Hashim Maududi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Dr. Hashim, how are you? Thank you for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure to be a part of the group and to hear from Brother Mahmoud as well. Dr. Hashim, I'd like to ask you, what is the scope of Sayyid Maududi's works in Malaysia? How is it perceived? And are publications widely available of Maulana Maududi available in Malaysia right now?
As I mentioned just now, the publishing on Maududi's, Madam Jamila, whatever, on Islamic movement, very active during 80s. But nowadays, right, we need to look and what we are expecting for more latest book. But because I'm not very sure if there are research conducted on studying his philosophy or his work, whatever. So people in Malaysia, we know him, we know Madam Jamila, we know Jamaat Islami, but we don't have the latest manuscript to be published. That is the issue.
I mean, we would love to work with you and expand the market into Malaysia and to bring the new works to light. But we have always found very limited information to work with Malaysia because I think there's a cultural gap, which
I think this is the new platform that we can always meet together to know each other, to more understand what us. This is the platform where we can meet to understand what is happening in Pakistan, in India, in Malaysia, in Indonesia. That make us more aware about what we're supposed to publish, to exchange book or manuscript or whatsoever.
All right, great. We look forward to working with you as we are working with Turkey. So we look forward to working and expanding the horizon. It is a service to Islam, and I think it will benefit everybody greatly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hashim Maududi. And now, Fadl Al-Karim.
Jazakumullah khair, Dr. Hashim. That was a fantastic presentation. I mean, I would rather pose it as a comment, yes, and I would like to hear your views on it, yes. And one sensation that I've had is, and in the recent past, what has been happening, and it's in line with what you were discussing about, that there was a sort of a research or surge in Islamic publishing in the 80s and the 90s. What we've sensed is, and I could be wrong here, but this is my sensation, especially from the Middle East, that there is a reverse effect happening here in terms of reverse of the surge that happened in Islamic publishing in the 80s and the 90s. And so we're seeing a reverse, yes, and there's a lot of actual deliberate attempts to remove Islamic publications from those times, especially in the Middle East, yes. Now, I mean, as a union, yes, and as, you know, obviously all of you esteemed publishers and people related to publishing into and academics, yes, there needs to be a thought process around this, yes, that how can we ensure that a lot of that content, yes, that was published during those years is retained, that, you know, that it is not lost, yes, that there needs to be an archival process, yes, so that that data is not lost, that content is not lost, yes, and it is accessible to the public, yes. And that is my point number one, yes. And I keep reviving this subject, yes. And I was recently looking at some of the books related to the Islamic economics and finance, yes. And I was discussing about this with a friend of mine from the Islamic Development Bank, yes. And some very important publications were removed. Yes. Now there may be certain political developments in a certain area due to which the government may decide to take this step. Yes. But I'm looking at it from the point of view of content producer, of a publisher. Yes. How can I ensure that that content is still accessible to the Muslim Ummah? Because in the end of the day, it is linked to the revival and the awakening of the Muslim Ummah. That is my first comment. Yes. And the other is, I think so. It's a bit of on a different subject, in a different angle, but that is, as publishers, yes, we tend to. I mean, a lot of us tend to think in traditional manners. Yes, so we think ourselves as book publishers. Yes, or at max, we now start thinking. We've started thinking as ebook publishers, maybe digital publishers. Yes, but I think there needs to be thought process around this. Yes, and there needs to be rethinking. We need to think ourselves as beyond this. As Dr. Mahmoud just said, and yourself as well, that we are in a sort of a civilizational struggle. Yes, and we're struggling here with a different worldview in front of us. Now, the problem does not lie with the phone alone. Yes, the problem lies with the way the phones are designed, the way the apps are designed, the ecosystem that exists on phones. Yes, which actually are built in a way that they can take away the attention of our children, and they can ensure that our children are hooked onto these devices. Yes. As publishers, as content producers, how can we? I mean, this is more of a, is a deliberation that needs to happen. Yes, there is no answer. I mean, at least I don't have a clear answer yet. There needs to be a lot of thought process around this, a lot of efforts, and then probably a solution could be, we could arrive at a solution by the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is that how can we ensure that these very systems, yes, these very technologies can be used in a way that are beneficial for us as an ummah, that are beneficial for our upcoming generation, because we cannot cut them off the devices. Yes, they're there. These devices are there. They're here for good. Someone else thought about this. He took his agenda, he took his ideas, put them as applications on the device, and he's now able to control our brains, our children's brains. Yes. I mean, I don't want to take more of your time. Jazakallah khair. So these are two comments. Yes, and inshallah, I would like to hear your views, inshallah, and our guests' views. Jazakumullah khair.
Thank you, Fadil Karim.
Thank you, Brother Karim. For your question number one about whether there are market demands on books on the Islamic movement, I could assure you that in Malaysia, the demand is still there. But we cannot just republish or reprint the same book. We need the new title. Those days, we have biographies on Patiakan, we have biographies on Hasan al-Banna, Maududi. But nowadays, we need new figures. We need to, the readers need new books on Palestine, on Gaza, on Hamas. Where are the manuscripts? Okay. We need to publish new biographies on our heroes now fighting in Gaza. So that is the real challenge now. We are only reading the news from the media. We do not know whether it's true or not. And we also confused about which one is on our side. Okay, but so that we really need writers that really conduct research to come up with original works for the readership that we have nowadays. Because whether you like it or not, they need new title, new books, new manuscript, original works, and current and contemporary issues. But quite difficult to get that kind of manuscript nowadays. Okay. On your second comments on our problem with the apps, with the computer, yes. But that means that we publishers, writers, authors, editors must work together with the computer expert, the handphone expert, the apps expert, to look into what kind of media that we can offer to our new generation. Maybe we can come up with apps or social media that can make people leave the social media that they are using now. But to do that, we need really intelligent person or scholars or scientists to think about producing new apps, new social media to replace all those social media that produced by non-Muslim.
Do you permit me to make a comment, Dr. Mohammed?
Yes,
Yes, please.
My point is more about with respect to the books, yes, and the reverse process. I am more concerned not about the demand, yes. Obviously, the subject about demand is needs to be is an important subject, but I'm looking at it from the point of view of a publisher, yes. As a publisher, do I be proactive in the process or in my thought process with respect to the works that I'm producing to assist in the awakening of the ummah? Or do I be reactive in the sense, because at the moment there's a lot of resurgence. I mean, there's a lot of surge in the subject related to Palestine, which is a very important subject. But I cannot forget my original agenda, that is as a publisher, that I am in this as a publisher because I want to aid the process of connecting the ummah with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the only point that I was making. Just a comment, yes. And this, with respect to and as you rightly said, yes, we need to get in touch with people who have the know-how. But I believe there are a lot of people who are already there in the Muslim Ummah. There are some very amazing groups of people who are working, collaborating. Especially app developers, as you rightly said, app developers. Yes, I came to know about this very interesting group in the United Kingdom. It's called Deen Developers, and they try to collaborate with other people who are like-minded and think and find solutions from a technical point of view, from a digital point of view, to Islamic or Muslims' problems. Yes, and so I think that is what probably is what this union, should also be thinking. Yes, with respect to, obviously, I'm moving away from the subject of Malaysia, but it's obviously a ummatic from the ummatic point of view. Yes, that they, could be a collaboration with like-minded app developers, web developers, with the union. They could become part of the union itself. Yes.
Thank you very much on your comments. Yes, you're talking about the reverse. You're talking about the reverse scenario, like publishing those days during 80s and 90s. Actually, those days during 90s and 80s, we are working in a very different situation. Okay, you publish in Pakistan, I publish in Malaysia, but nowadays we are in the borderless situation. So that is why we need new strategies, we need new approach, we need new way of how to communicate among us. I cannot look at you from Pakistan or you from Turkey or whatever. We are now borderless. We must communicate very fast and come up with whatever we can, because the situation now is something that we cannot wait. I think that's the situation now.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Yes. Jazakumullah khair.
Okay. Any other question? Any comment? Okay. If there is no more question or comment, I would like to thank again for Dr. Rosfa bin Hashim for his very good presentation, and to all participants and to all contributors today. And I would like to say hello to all of you and to request from all of you to make dua for Gaza, Palestine, our brothers and sisters there, and to make the best effort in addition to our, dua with voices, and also to try to best in our life for the future of Islamic Ummah, inshallah. And if you don't mind, I would like to close the session and hope to see you, inshallah, in
Can we have a group photo?
I think Muhammad is following that issue. Muhammad,
Please on your camera so that we can have group photo.
Muhammad, are you hearing me?
Dr. Muhammad. Okay.
For group photo, I think you took some photos, but if you would like to take more, this is a good time, and for you can take some more pictures. You need to use them in the future, I think, Mohammed.
Okay, I think everybody just on their camera so that each of us can just click on our own.
Yeah, okay. Please do it what's necessary. It's okay, Mohammed?
I think.
Thank you so much. And fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for all organizers and contributors. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.